Joining me this morning for Morning Coffee Talk, I'm Dave. And Charlie has decided he wants to sit in my lap this morning. And if you haven't figured out, I'm trying to adjust the camera here just a little bit. Good morning, Chris. How you doing? Just waiting for everybody to gather their self up here and get started for the morning. We made it to Friday. Woohoo! Man, it's been one of those weeks. And if you can't tell, I made the move a little early. Got everything resituated. And so this is where I will be doing the morning show from now on, is out here. I'm really glad this move is done. Yeah, it was. I'd postponed it for a while because I knew what kind of work it was going to be involved. Country, hey, Mark, good morning. Country Shots, good morning. Yeah, I'm just waiting for everybody to kind of wake up, grab their coffee and join, and then see how everybody's Friday's going. Thought we'd play a little trivia today. Let me get my little notepad here ready. Thank you. Thanks for the hearts. I appreciate that. Kelly, good morning over here on TikTok. How you doing this morning? Good morning, everybody. Hey, Jason, good morning. Yeah, Charlie's trying to cut in on the morning show for some reason. If you haven't noticed, I'm got everything moved yesterday. I thought it was going to be over the weekend, but I have a friend that's in need of some help. So after the show this morning, I'm going to Waco, or they live in the Waco area, and helping them move some furniture and some other stuff, since they're always really good about helping. And he came and helped me get the window cut in and some other stuff. So I'm going to be returning the favor this morning. Thank you. What's that, Mud Life? Hey man, how's it going? Mud Life, does that mean, are you like do you like to go jeeping and four-wheeling and that type of stuff? Is that why you use that handle? That's just the reason I ask, is I've got family that they're really into rock climbing and that kind of stuff. So, and it's always fun. Oh, the puppy. Yeah, this is well, TikTok people can't see him, but my YouTube fans can see him. This is Charlie, and he thinks here, I'll hold him up so everybody can see. Here, get up here so everybody can see you. Little, he's a little miniature schnauzer and thinks that he has to be right in the middle of your business most of the time. And you know, so yes, if you go outside, then he thinks he's got to be right there with you. Okay, sit down, or I'll make you go in the house. So yeah, he followed me out to the new location. So welcome everybody. You can see behind me, we have a new spot. I was able to get everything moved yesterday. Good morning, Kim. And so got all that done and put back together a little quicker. I've got a couple of little things that I need to do. I don't have all my office stuff set up totally, but nothing that I can't achieve in about 30 or 40 minutes. And then Yeah, what, Charlie? You want up or down? He doesn't know what he wants. Anyway, so there we go. How's everybody doing on Friday morning? Good morning, Ed. Clay, 199. Thanks for joining this morning. T-Play, hey man, thanks. Gotta figure out a way to maybe find a new position for my webcam. I wish it showed more of the background behind me, but we'll see how it works out. I know I can always move my desk out just a little bit, give you a better shot. So let's see. Here we go. Everybody, if you're new here, you know what to do. Like, share, follow, all that fun stuff. Anybody, today is the first day of spring's what they were saying on the news this morning. So I think it's going to be about 90 degrees here today for the high. So it doesn't really feel like spring. It really feels more like summer. And really before I wanted summer to be here, but it's here. Be good weather today for sure. Yeah, 90 degrees is not terrible, especially if you live in Texas. You know what 90 degrees is like, and that's supposed to be the high. So right now it's pretty comfortable outside. Cody Pierce, hey man, good morning, all the way from the big state of Oklahoma. How about that? Thank you for joining us today. And they say we could possibly break some records. Saturday, I think they're saying it's going to be 94, 95, and again on Sunday, 94, 95. And then all of this next week supposed to be in the low 90s. So you know what that means. It's time to get out in the yard. Maybe, have a few days of warm weather, if you have a yard that's not dry and stuff, maybe it's time to get out and start to, get your yard mowed and, all the fun stuff that comes with spring and summer. Donna and I were planting tomato plants yesterday. We've had them for about a week or so. And so we finally put them in their permanent home yesterday. Finally got some sun in the UK. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Think Nothing is all the way from the UK has joined us on YouTube. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Tommy Johnson, 3190. Good morning. Oceanfront, Virginia Beach. Wow. I can imagine. Warning you, fat cat signs funny. Yeah. Speaking of, I just got that sign yesterday from off TikTok from a vendor. And so I'll be doing a quick video on that probably later today or sometime this weekend. Yeah. I like that T-Play. You got to clean the backyard. It's been neglected. Yeah, this is the time of year that I think everybody likes it, especially like if you're in the Northeast. I don't know if you're getting any warm weather yet or if it's still kind of cool there. We're slated to have more than one nice day of weather, first time in a long time. And if you're other places other than Texas, a lot of times you get a lot more snow and inclement weather. Whereas, here warmer weather is pretty common. We usually don't have 90 plus degree weather in spring, but we really don't have spring. We have summer, kind of winter, but not really winter. And then summer. And summer is probably, 8 months out of the year, and cooler weather is what I would say is about 3 to 4 months a year. So yeah. Nicole, good morning. Dakota, they get all 4 seasons. Yeah, that's for sure. Elijah, good morning. Thank you for joining. Willie Reeves, good morning. I like that. Good morning, Grandpa. How you doing today? I'm good. Rocklick, hey man, what's up? Rocklick, you have the same dog. Thank you. These little mini schnauzers. I've got. This is Charlie, and if you've been on my TikTok page, you've probably seen him. And he's a camera hog. And he's one of those that he thinks he's got to be in your business 24/7. We've never had many schnauzers until just a few years ago, and my God, they are needy. They're like having little kids. They want to go everywhere you go, and they're not real good about hanging out by themselves. So yeah. And in the other location, well, he'd stay in the house with the other dogs, but coming out back here to the new shop, it's out back behind the house. So you go out in the back. Well, he thinks it's time for him to go out, and then he follows us in. So I think I'm probably going to have to maybe put him a bed in here or something so he can get his morning shut eye while I do morning coffee talk. So anyway, was that my friend? I bet make out of spaghetti. You should have seen. Oh man, drove past that. That's cute. Thanks. Mine Sebastian. He's a ham. Yeah, this one is too. Lord Chacon, good morning, Dakota. I have a black mini schnauzer. I didn't realize that mini schnauzers were so popular, but they are, and they're pretty attached to their owners, and so yeah. And he's not even mine. He just, but for some reason he likes. He's my daughter's dog, but he likes men, and so a lot of times I tell her, now you just think he's your dog. So yeah. Anyway, so there we go. So anybody got any big plans for the weekend? We, like I said, it is the start of spring supposedly, and we're going to have some warmer weather for sure. So let's see. What did there was something I was going to show you. Oh, okay. So just real quick, I got to show you this, and I got this from the vendor on TikTok, and this is the second of these watches. I got one from this company last year and did a review on it, and I got a new one this year, and it's a watch by Carbonox. And I hadn't even taken it out of the box yet, but I can tell you, because I have another one similar to this. This is like the newer version, and this one comes with a lifetime warranty. How about that? So I'm excited to get this out of the box, but I've just been busy doing other stuff. But let me tell you, if you are looking for a smart watch that will work for your Android and iOS, check their watches out. Just a few features that come to mind is, one, the batteries that are in them. Those watches you could wear under normal use for up to 15 days before you actually have to put it back on the charger. So like if you're going out of the town for the weekend, you don't have to worry about taking a charger to charge your battery on your phone, on your watch. It connects to your phone. It has all the great features of, it'll track your sleep, your steps, your heartbeat, I mean, more than I can even tell you. And they are really good quality watches. A lot of times you get watches that are not the brands that we normally might see people wearing. and think that they're an inferior quality. These watches from Carbinox are outstanding. And like I said, I'm going to make a video. I have a video out, and I will make a new video, and I'll share it on YouTube and TikTok. But I want to tell you, their watches are quality. They work very well, and the battery life is just phenomenal. So, and I guess the very best thing is, depending on which one you got, I haven't looked at the Android watch that we all have, if we have Android, or the iOS Fruit watch, but they're definitely way more expensive. And anyway, check these out. Do some research on them. They're on the internet, and like I said, I'll make a couple of videos and show you, give you some more details on it here, probably in the next week or so. And but super good watches. If you're considering buying a smartwatch, maybe you haven't in the past because you thought they were too expensive. You weren't ready to drop $500-600 on a watch. I fully understand. Catch these watches, and I'll put some links down for them, because they're very I've had the other one I wear, and I just didn't put it on this morning, but I wear it daily, and they'll withstand the day-to-day wear, and they do a great job. So there you go. That was the latest thing. And then the other thing that I got was I don't know if everybody can see it. Let me turn this camera just a little bit. The warning, the new sign about the fat cat. So that just came from the vendor yesterday late, and I'll be doing a quick video on that too. I always want to give a shout out. I can't even remember what company that is right off the top of my head, that sends, some of these signs I purchased myself. Some of them come from vendors off of TikTok, and it's really nice that that they'll send you a sign like that for at no charge, other than I'm going to just do a short video about it. And so I think it's a great way to get your product out there. The quality of the sign's good. You can see the print and stuff on it's really clear. And I always let them know that I've added it to the wall of signs. And I've got some more signs coming. But everybody didn't want me to take all the signs down in the other shop, because I will be up there doing other stuff, and people coming and going. I don't know how it is in your house, but a lot of times, especially people who know us, they come into the house through the garage instead of through the front door. I don't know why, but that's just how it's always been. And so they make comments about the signs on the wall. Everybody seems to enjoy that. So I didn't want to take all of that down. So we'll just continue growing the collection and doing it out here. So yeah. Okay, so it is let's see what time it is. 6:19 on March the 20th. Time to put on your thinking cap, because we're going to do trivia. So before we do trivia, if you're new here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. I mentioned it yesterday, but I'll mention it again today. TikTok peeps and YouTube, both y'all are doing a phenomenal job spreading the word, and getting the word out about the morning coffee talk show. The growth on YouTube last month was about 285 new subscribers. So that, man, thank you for spreading the word. Thank you to YouTube, because one thing that has really helped is YouTube is posting the lives and stuff in the shorts feed. Dog, get down. And that really helps because that gets people who don't know about it. It gets that in front of them, so maybe they'll take a look at it for the first time. And then TikTok, as usual, everybody just shares with their friends and fans, and so that really helps too. And I think it had like nearly 200 new subscribers, and both of them have been really consistent. So thank you for going. We will get to the 10K. I'm hoping in 2026, sometime in 2026, because I'm not one of those really pretty blonde or brunette or whatever color hair you like women that have a talent and can sing and dance and are pretty to look at. And the same thing if you're a man. I'm not one of those young debonair men that you see on social media. Just another old guy sitting here talking, drinking coffee. So sometimes, when you don't have all of those other features, you don't gain followers quite as quick. Because I've seen some of those gain followers really quick, and I'm like, really? That's all they had to do to get, 10,000 followers? That was pretty quick. But anyway, so there you go. What is this saying? More hunting. Yeah. I suppose. Yeah, I'll do a quick video kind of showing the shop. There's not really a lot to show, but I will. I posted some pictures on TikTok, but I'll actually have to shoot a video so that people on YouTube can see it too. A lot more work went into it than you might think, because I had to strip everything off the wall, all the way down to the studs, to insulate the building, so that I could even begin to start to keep it comfortable in here with the air conditioner. So it's been about a 3 or 4 week process, but it's done now. And what was it? My wife said that she was going to get me a little futon, and I could. That way, if she got mad at me, I guess I could have a place to lay my head down. I thought I had to think about that one for a minute. So I was really nice to her yesterday. Okay, so let's go on. We're going to play trivia. Let's see here. Is everybody ready? Tap on the hearts if you're ready to play trivia. Let me see them hearts go. Hello. There we go. That's old school. Lord's go. That's pretty funny. That is old school. Yeah. We don't, in this day and time, it's really kind of new school, because old school, you would be banned to the doghouse, and now it's you get to go out and be banned to the man cave, I guess. It has been a long week, Chris, hadn't it? I don't know why, but I know today's going to be a good day, because, like I said, we're going to Waco and spend time with our friends, Kim's sister and brother-in-law. So we always have a good time, no matter what we're doing. We just like to hang out, and so today we're actually going to help them clean out, and they've sold. They had a home. They were using it as an Airbnb temporarily while it was on the market. It sold. They're supposed to close on it this coming Monday. So everybody keep your fingers crossed. Send them a quick prayer that gets done, because the people buying it have been kind of, I don't know, difficult to get along with. Let's just say that. And so hopefully they get this deal done and get that house sold. But in the meantime, they were using it for Airbnb. So there are a few items that need to be moved out of the house today. And actually, because it is an Airbnb, someone's actually in the house currently until like 11 o'clock today. And then their time at the Airbnb is over. And then that's the end of the Airbnb. And so we'll be moving stuff that didn't sell with the house out of the house today, so that it's ready, and they're ready to close on it on Monday. So yeah, Monday's the big day. Mine's Seabass, a whole ham. Yeah. So anyway, okay, here we go. The first trivia question today is, what year did the Apollo 11 moon landing put humans on the moon for the first time? What year did the Apollo 11 moon landing put humans on the moon for the first time? Boom. Oh, Ed. I tell you, he's quick on the draw this morning. 1969 was the year that the Apollo 11 moon landing. How about that? Some of us might not have been born in 69. I don't know. I was. Matter of fact, I was 10 in 69. How about that? Okay, here's Ed said he was 4. Oh, that's funny. Let's see here. Was anybody that's on the live born in 1969? Anybody? I don't see anybody else born in 69. That's funny. Wouldn't that be funny if somebody was born in 69? Okay. I was. Chris said he wasn't thought of yet. Oh, okay. How about that? What year did the fall of the Berlin Wall happen? What year did the fall of the Berlin Wall happen? Oh, damn. Mm-hmm. Yep. Perfect. Several people got that answer right, but Ed pushed his button first. It was 1989. 1989. I think there's probably more of us born in 89 by then. Might still be the kids, but you never know. Okay, here's another one. In what year did the September 11th attacks occur on the United States? What year did September the 11th? Dang, man, it is our historian here. I'm gonna have to jump around because he's got all the answers. It's 2001. 2001. Can you believe it's been 25 years since 9/11? Can you believe that? 25 years since 9/11. And I just, it just dawned on me. I was like, really, that far back? Huh. Let me see. Oh, here's the one. What year did the Chernobyl disaster happen? Chris says he remembers where he was and what he was doing on 9/11. Y'all are close. Y'all are all around it. But no correct answer yet. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay. Nobody got that one. I knew I was going to stump you on that one. You were close, though. It was 1986. 1986. Chris, let me ask you a question. Where were you and what were you doing when 9/11 happened? I was at work that day and saw it, and saw it on a TV. Not really understanding or not really knowing what was going on until later in the day. But does anybody remember what they were doing on 9/11? Do you remember what you were doing on that day? I mean, the day, the really, if you think about it, in most of our lifetime is the first time we've really ever been under attack. And even though it was a handful of people that actually committed the act, that we've been under that type of attack here in the United States. You're on traffic stop 287. Heard it on the radio. Yeah. So the one thing that I remember from 9/11 is at the time I was in the coffee business, and I would regularly, probably 3 days a week, would go on to Fort Hood, and everybody knows. Hopefully, you've heard of Fort Hood. Fort Hood is up in the Killeen, Texas area. It's one of the largest Army bases in the United States. Anyway, regularly, I would go there 3 times a week and work on the base. And used to, they always had not always, even then, they a lot of times didn't even have a guard in the entrance of the base. You could just drive on and off, and rarely would you ever be stopped. They could stop you, but most of the time, if there was somebody at the gate, they were just waving you through. And there were times, especially like if you went really early in the morning, like around 5 o'clock or so, they wouldn't even have anybody at the gate. They'd just have it open. And that ceased immediately after that. And for a week or two, I want to say they completely shut things down. You couldn't even get on the base if you were a civilian. And then afterwards, there were a lot of changes. It would take, especially at first, it took a really long time to get clearance to get on the base, even though the people at the gates a lot of times knew who you were and knew that you came regularly. You'd have to get out, open your vehicle. They'd walk a dog around it. And sometimes, if they saw something they didn't like, they'd make you, clear out so that they could actually search it. So, yeah, a lot of things happened and a lot of things changed on 9/11. And unfortunately, a lot of innocent people lost their lives that day. Let's hope that we never have that kind of attack here in the United States. So, a lot of times we talk about how, we don't want wars and you see it on TV and it's happening somewhere else. And it's sad. I don't like to see it happen anywhere, but I surely can't imagine something like that happening here. I thought the other day, think about this. If you were a child and you lived in a country that stuff like that was happening, you were, being bombed, excuse me. And you were being bombed and stuff, and children are being awakened in the wee hours of the morning of, air raid sirens and that type of stuff. I can't imagine having to raise my kids in that type of environment. I was turning left on 183 from Highway 29, Liberty Hill, Texas, when it came on the radio. There you go. I think a lot of people can remember the 9/11 attack. So, yeah. So, falling back a little bit, what year did Pearl Harbor attack happen? Yeah, you're up. Mm-hmm. It is right on the money. And so is Chris. Yep, December 7th, 1941. Yeah, is when the attack on Pearl Harbor happened. So I'm going to go further back and let's see. And I know Ed's probably he's probably already typing the answer right now. Can you tell me? So Ed, just delay it just a little bit. I want to see if anybody else knows the answer too. I know you know the answer. What year did the American Declaration of Independence get signed? This is history. What year did the Declaration of Independence get signed? Does anybody know that? Mm-hmm. My YouTubers. Anybody got any idea? Any historians there? Charlie, do you know what year it was? No, you don't? Okay. Sorry. Tough question, isn't it? Yeah. It was 1776. 1776. Okay, so there's the there's some starting in July, final signature in August, I believe. I like American history. It's really interesting to read about sometimes. Oh, okay. So now this is probably more leans towards some of the younger generation. Tell me this. What year did the first iPhone release change smartphones forever? That's kind of a trick question. In what year did the first iPhone release, now we're talking about the iPhone release, change smartphones forever? See, that was a tough one. Yep, Kim, you got both those right. 2004. Close, but no cigar. Anybody? That's kind of a vague question too. Total guess, yeah. Any of my YouTubers got a guess? No guesses? Come on. You can guess. It's okay. All you people who have those type of phones, I thought maybe y'all might know that one. I didn't know it. It's actually 2007, but it doesn't really, I'd have to research that. I'm not sure what the first, I don't know if they mean, is that when the iPhone came out was 2007? I can't remember when it actually came out. Or are they saying that there was some type of release on the iPhone that changed smartphones forever? I don't know. iPad came out when I was in California, 2006 to 2010. Yeah. So it must have been, maybe it was just an update or something new to the iPhone that happened in 2007. I'll have to research that one. That was kind of, after I read that question a couple of times, I thought, that's kind of a trick question. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. What year did YouTube launch? So all my YouTube people, tell me, what year did YouTube launch? Anybody know that? I mean, a lot of people just think, well, YouTube's been around all this time. No. Oh, we have a newbie jumped in there. Door Jam Bennett 2286. I mean, he nailed it immediately, and is correct. It came into fruition in 2005. Good job. Door Jam Bennett, just real quick, post what's your age, if you don't mind. I'm trying to see, are you younger generation, older generation? Because I didn't know that. I didn't know when YouTube came out. I didn't have that answer. Yeah. Good job. Thanks, man. Because we had some guesses all around 2001, 2008, but Bennett, he jumped in there. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So Bennett is he's 46, so he's not super young, and he's not super old. You're just kind of like, you're in that the prime of your life, we might say. Wolf Chief 1339. Hey man, thanks for joining us this morning. We're playing a little trivia, and like I say, it's free. So if you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed, now's the time to do that. Just click that button, start tapping those hearts. It really helps spread the word. We're on track. We're shooting for the big 10K. Okay, so here's the next question. In what year did the first episode of Friends air? What year did the first episode of Friends air? Thank you, Ed. Philip, good morning, man. Thanks for joining us this morning. Playing a little trivia. What year did the first episode of Friends air? It says 1996. That's close, but again, no cigar. Do y'all like? I thought Friends was it wasn't really my kind of show. Chris says 2000. No guesses on YouTube at all. So maybe we don't have any Friends fans there either. Wasn't a fan. Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it either. Philip Eugene says, oh my, look here. Philip, you got the answer right. Philip is answered 1994. And you are correct. I didn't know. It wasn't, my wife and daughter liked watching it. It wasn't my kind of show. You know, my wife says that I'm an old soul. I like to watch Gunsmoke and some of the MASH. MASH was one of my favorite shows. I like that one. And yeah, anyway. So Friends was not one of mine. And it was on a long time. Had a lot of seasons. Okay, so this is for F Troop. Yeah, I can remember that. I'm trying to think, what was that? Can't remember. I can't remember the name of the show I was going to talk about, but this is for all the gamers. If you're a gamer, can you tell me what year did the first Super Mario Brothers game release? And what year did the Super Mario Brothers game release? That's the other thing too. You know, when people talk about video games, I guess it's just not that I've never played a video game. I have, but you know, for me, when I was a kid, video games were. The big thing for me growing up was a pinball machine. I mean, they were really everywhere. We didn't have. You didn't really see video games until I was in my mid-20s, probably. If everybody remembers, you'd go in a convenience store and they'd have like 2 or 3 video games in the convenience stores. I worked for Coca-Cola then. That's why I'd be in there and see. Y'all are close. Has anybody answered that? Bennett, yeah, close. Everybody's really close, but it actually released in 1985. 1985. What was that other game? I'm trying to think. It wasn't Super Mario Brothers. I don't remember, but you know, for me, it wasn't the game systems that you have at home now. I mean, some of them are really pretty real. I'm like, it amazes me, but I never had that. Those controls they have now, I never had that finger dexterity to be able to push all the buttons. And you know, I'd try to shoot somebody and I'd hit a button and my character would jump up and down like, hey, shoot me. So I didn't do well playing those games. And even now, I have friends that are really into gaming, but I'd rather be in the shop building something. So matter of fact, I do have A couple of projects I've had on the back burner. My wife just reminded me. She goes, "Now that you're finished with this one, how about this one?" There's some uh, little planners, and I guess they make a hanging planner. But she wants me to make some of those, so I guess I have the plans and the cut list. I'll just have to see how quick. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to put them together and cut them and do it fairly quick. So she wants some of those, and then she also wants. I make a planter that sits on the ground out of cedar fence pickets too, and those are fairly easy. They take a little bit longer, but just got to have time to do that kind of stuff. So Pac-Man, Chris, that's exactly that. Pac-Man and Donkey Kong. Mm-hmm. That's definitely. So I have to ask you this question on a TikTok. Do y'all hear the air conditioner when it comes on? Am I too close, or is it, or you don't hear that background noise? I mean, the unit I got is supposed to be really quiet, and it really is quiet. OG Kicks, thanks, man. Appreciate that. How old am I, Philip? In September, I will be 67 years old. I know I look older. No, I don't. Yeah, I'll be 67. I'm actually going to start drawing my Social Security. How about that? I was thinking about that the other night, and I thought, wow, here you've worked all your life. You know, I've been working since I was probably 10 or 11 at something. I think at 10 or 11, I was shoveling horse manure, cleaning stalls for my dad because we boarded horses. And that happened to be one of the things that, as a young kid, you could make some pocket change if you didn't mind doing that. And I shoveled a bunch of horse manure, a bunch. Yeah, lots of it. I used to give tips on how quick you could clean a stall, and I'd always hated if it rained and the stalls got really wet and you had to muck those things. Oh man, it'd take you forever. But if it was dry and you stayed on top of it, it wasn't too bad. I haven't noticed. For those who want a 1980s nostalgic ride, pick up a book, Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. Huh. What's it? 1980s nostalgic ride. I'll have to check that out, Ed. That's a good one. I wished that's we're always doing question of the day and stuff, and that's probably if I thought one thing that I wished I was better at, and that's reading. I mean, I can read, but I mean, I wished I enjoyed reading better. Like to just pick up a book and there's a plethora of knowledge in books, and I can tell you because my wife is like, she just devours books, and she's got a great memory, and she's what I call a speed reader. I mean, she just flies through a book and then can go back and tell you details of the book. So she kind of has a little bit of a photographic memory, I guess, there. And but she's always been a speed reader, and she's read tons of books. And I really think that reading, and I know there's all kinds of information out there, but she can just read, she reads murder books. So if I come up missing, y'all know who did it. But I can't just go in and go, yeah, I'll pick up that book and read it. I find it really boring. If it's something that I want to build, or I want to learn how to do something, I'm all about it. I can read all about that. But just to pick up a book and read it for leisure, I can't stay focused long enough to read. If I can get through the first chapter, I'd be lucky. So I have to try to read stuff in shorter things. So I really wished I was better at that. But, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and that happens to be mine. Not the movie, the book, dystopian sci-fi. Ah, okay. Music, games, movies. Huh? How about that? So I didn't know that at all. How did you don't look it? Okay, you look about 48. I could be 48 again, just for you, Philip. We'll call myself 48. I tell my wife all the time. I said, I look pretty young for my age. Yeah, it's the camera. It takes 25 years off your face. You know, you do y'all sit you watch those videos and you're like, huh, that that lady's really pretty good. She's 93 and she looks like she's 25. That how do they do that? And then you see the real picture. You're like, oh, kind of scares you a little bit. That's there's a lot of that out there. I mean, people there's with a lot of that software now, you can make yourself look younger. I don't use any software. I look how I look. Okay, back to but back to pop culture questions. Oh, here's a good one. What year did Jurassic Park hit the theaters? Do y'all remember that? Jurassic Park. I like to see that's a movie. I like that one. All right. Jurassic Park. What year did that hit the theaters? Anybody know? Come on. Close. Close. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. No idea, actually. Okay. Because they've had Jurassic Park, they've had a lot of quite a few movies in that series. It actually hit the theaters first time in 1993. So Ed was close. He guessed 98. So he was within that 5 years. So, probably in that 5 years from 93 to 98, they probably had at least two, maybe three versions of Jorge. Hello, Grandpa. How's Grandma? She's asleep right now. She's not an early riser. Well, it's really funny because for years, before she retired, we got up every morning at 4:30 because she had to be at work really early, and some mornings 4 o'clock because if something special was going on or there was bad weather or whatever. And so the one thing that she said she was definitely not going to do when she retired was she was not going to be getting up early. And like I told her this morning, I said, now you got to be ready to go by 9 a.m. because we got to get on the road and make that little road trip. So she said, okay, she would set her. What time did I think she should set her alarm? And I said, well, about 5. Uh, and she just looked at me with that stink eye, like 5. Yeah, right. God bless you too. Thanks, Jorge. Appreciate you. Hey, Jorge, where are you from? What state are you from? Where are you at? Are you in Texas or what state? Always just out of curiosity. Okay, here's another one. And I don't know if anybody, I didn't even know this. Tell me this. What year did TikTok launch internationally? Now, that's kind of a trick question. What year did TikTok launch internationally? If you're a YouTuber, you might not know, but if you're a TikToker, you could know. So you might have a little advantage there. Jorge's from Brazil. All right, but he lives in Ireland. Well, welcome to the morning coffee talk. Thank you. I'm here in Texas. So you're from Brazil, but you live in Ireland. What took you to Ireland? Work, or just thought you'd like to go to Ireland? Or? Gabe, what up, buddy? Lord's going 2019. Oh, Lord Scone, that is so close, but no cigar. Gabe, I like that. Hi, Papa. What's up? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. When I was still working, I think it was, no, it wasn't Jason. Jason called me a lot of things at work that were probably HR inappropriate, but we gave each other the equal amount of grief from day to day. But other people would call me Paw Paw. I think that's what most of them call me at work, and HR said that wasn't appropriate. I never minded it. I thought it was, they were just being sweet. Sorry, here TikTok being goofy here. Okay, so let me move on. We've had several movie, and Lord Scone, you were right, but it was actually TikTok launched internationally in 2018. 2018. So one other social media question: what year did the first Instagram launch? I'm not a big Instagram person. I post stuff there, but I don't really. There's two platforms that I don't really understand, and one of them's Instagram, which is now kind of, if I understand correctly, it's linked to Facebook. Anyway, so they want to know what year it launched. Does anybody know that? Gabe, you know that? Philip, did you get my message? Let me see. Scroll down. Philip, did I miss it? 93, 48. Did you, Philip, where'd you send the message? Did you send it to my email address? Crazy 13, what up? It's Friday. Yeah, okay. Profolk 22, Facebook, Meta bought Instagram many years ago. Yeah. Philip, 2017. Instagram actually launched in 2010. 2010. How about that? And I didn't know. I mean, I knew that Facebook owned it. I didn't know. There for a long time, it seemed like Instagram and Facebook were really separate, but now they're really meshed, because I know if I post something on Instagram as a reel, there's a setting where you can share it automatically to your Facebook page. So anyway, I mean, it's not a bad deal, but I just didn't realize that. Let's see here. Let's have some sports questions. Let's see if we have it. Do we have any golf enthusiasts? Is any? I'm so old. Yeah, I've got some I'm so old jokes that are probably inappropriate, though. Okay, so here's a sports question. What year did Tiger Woods win his first Masters tournament? I like driving the car. Yeah. IG is owned by the Nets. Facebook. Huh. I didn't know that. So, I know people that really, really love to play golf. And I guess for me, I've played golf, and I used to, when I worked for Coca-Cola, playing golf was kind of a expected social thing that you did with people we worked with. I don't know why. I mean, Coca-Cola would hold 2 or 3 golf tournaments throughout the year for customers. So maybe that's why they wanted you to learn to play golf. And I know there were a lot of guys that had never, ever picked up a golf club, me included, when we went to work there. And, that was one of the things that they told us you need to kind of learn to play golf. Well, the last time, I'm banned from golf courses because I killed too many squirrels, slicing the ball and go up in the tree and knock a squirrel out or something like that. So, but And I played golf for a few years, but it's gotten pretty expensive. But the I guess for me, the biggest thing that I always enjoyed about playing golf was really just hanging out with the friends and being outside. And so, you'd have a good time. The things I didn't like about golf, I felt like it was too slow, um, especially in tournaments. You get behind somebody. And like right now, if you want to play golf, you better plan at least half your day gone. And that's if you go early. If you go when they're really busy, I mean, it could be a 6 or 7 or 8 hour event. Some people really like that, and they go pretty regular. That's the other thing, and it's really kind of expensive. Um, I learned to play golf on a small college 9-hole golf course that was really like playing out in the pasture because, in the summertime, there was no green. It was just, it was like playing in a pasture. But that's where I learned to play golf. And so therefore, I'm not very good at it. And then after I left Coca-Cola, I don't think I ever played golf, maybe once or twice after that, and I just kind of gave it up. It just wasn't my thing. I like being out, hanging out with the guys. That part of it was fun, but the game itself didn't really intrigue me. I'll tell you a story. We were playing, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. It was we were playing a golf tournament in Austin Country Club, and it's pretty hilly. If you're a golfer and you've never seen that golf course, it's gorgeous. And it was early morning. I say early morning. It's probably 8 o'clock in the morning. And there was a pretty heavy dew on the grass. And my boss at the time, he was a big guy. He was probably 6'5" and 350. He was a pretty healthy individual. And he happened to be riding in the cart with me. And, the rule is when you play golf is you stay on the cart path. You don't be getting out in the grass. They frown on that. So you try to stay off the grass as much as possible. They do drive, on the edge of the fairways and stuff, but they prefer you stay on the cart path. And for some reason, and I don't really know why, we were going, the tournament started, everybody takes off, and it was a shotgun start. So everybody went to whatever hole that you were supposed to start at. And the one that we were starting at was at the bottom of this big hill. It was where the tee box was. And so I'm going down the cart path, and the boss says, "Hey, cut across here." I said, "Really? All in the grass?" He said, "Oh yeah, they don't care." He said, "You're good to go." So, we were moving along because they were trying to, get everybody to their prospective start spots and get the golf tournament started. And so I come off the cart path. And like I said, it was really heavy dew. And we get to going down that hill, and really got to going down that hill a little faster than we thought it was, going to go. And the boss said, "Well, put on the brakes." And so I did. And when I put the brakes on, the golf cart turned sideways. And when I went to correct the sliding of the golf cart, it threw the boss out on the wet grass. It took me 30 minutes to stop talking so I could go back and get him. And I'm surprised that wasn't the last day I played golf, but my God. Are you from Texas? Yes, I'm from Texas. Thanks for asking. I'll be 50 next month. Well, Philip, hey, 50's young. I remember being 50. But, I think being 67's young too, because I think if you're active and stay busy, and, I know age catches up with you. It catches up with all of us. But I think the worst thing you can do is go sit on the couch. Get out, be active, go for a walk. Do like Ed did. Ed set such an example, such a high bar. When I met Ed, he was doing, think about this, guys, commit yourself, and it could be to anything, but think about this. Could you commit yourself to do something every single day, rain, sleet, or snow, and even a blizzard, to do something every single day for a year? And not only do it, but document it. Ed went on a walk. His thing was take a walk, take a picture. And he would go on a walk every day. Now, not some of them would be longer walks, but he didn't film the whole thing. But he would go out, go on a walk, different locations, sometimes the same location multiple days, but different locations throughout the year. And he would, record a short video and take a picture. He did that for 365 days. I challenge anybody to pick anything you like or don't like or whatever and do it every day for 365 days and document it. I'm not sure I could do it. I mean, even if I set my mind to it, I'm not sure that, because what happens is, everybody starts with good intentions. I'm going to do this every day for 365, no matter what. And then maybe you don't feel good one day. Maybe it's raining. Maybe it's like 103 or 4 outside. And, Ed posted those videos on TikTok and YouTube, so you can go back and watch all of those. And, even though they were short videos, a lot of times they had some really great messages to go along with it. But my biggest thing is that think about anything you like. Maybe it's something you like. Could you commit to doing the same thing or a task every day for 365 days and document it? How dare you document it? Because you see, when you document it, you can't skip. Because if you skip, everybody's going to know you skipped. So, yeah, that sets the bar pretty high, I would say. I do that on the ramp at Southwest. Richard Gutierrez, you work for Southwest Airlines. What city do you work for Southwest Airlines in? They were just talking on the news today about how they talked to all the airline owners about how airfare is going to really go up because of the conflict, or whatever you want to call it, with Iran. All the videos are here on TikTok. Yeah. Oh, all of them. They are. So yeah, and day 365, Ed got tons of views, and I was so tickled to death about that. But think about committing yourself to doing something, anything. What was your age? 60. I'll be 67 in September, Philip. 25 years at Love Field. That's a long time, Richard. I had some extended family that worked for Southwest Airlines. I had a really good friend that was a pilot for them. He's retired, been retired for a few years now, but yeah, ain't that crazy? Oh, he said sorry. San Diego. Oh my, that's even a busier airport probably. But Love Field is too. Southwest Airlines is good, a really good company. I don't know how it's being run now, but originally it was a really good company, and it may still be very good. How did you get so old? We all age. It just it is what it is. Let's go. Let's move on real quick. All right, tell me this. When did Netflix begin streaming video? When did Netflix begin streaming video online? I left that online part out. Let's see here. Let me find out. I like these social media questions too. How do you get so? I don't know. Anybody got that answer? Anybody? Anybody at all? I scrolled past it. I need to go back up. Yeah, Netflix. When did Netflix begin streaming video online? Philip says 2000. Close, but still no cigar. Okay, well, it actually happened in 2007. 2007. How about that? That's when it started. Let's see what else. Random fun. What year did Twitter launch? Does anybody remember Twitter? I think it's called X now, but it used to be called Twitter. I never was part of that social media platform. Twitter. What year did Twitter launch? Did anybody use Twitter? Nobody? Thanks for the rose, Ed. Appreciate it. No? Yes? Maybe? Nobody? I can't believe nobody guessed that. 2006. 2006. Okay. So it is 7-Eleven. Someone kind of wrap it up on Friday. I know there are some of us that have to, got real regular jobs that we have to go to, unless you're playing hooky on Friday for a 3-day weekend, or you could possibly be on spring break. There's a lot of people on spring break. Yeah, Charlie is here. I'll show all my YouTube because I can move this. This is Charlie. That's what he likes to do the best. Sleep in your lap. And he thinks that's free Charlie. I like that. Okay, so one last round. Don't forget, like, share, follow. It's free. We're trying to get to 10K, so everybody do everything you do. Hit all the buttons, all that fun stuff. It really helps. Check out my question of the day videos. I post them daily. Sometimes I'll skip on the weekend, but Monday through Friday, without fail. I've had a lot of people, when I've skipped them, ask me, they're like, hey man, you didn't do a question of the day today. So if you ever have, or you want to participate, you got a question you'd like for me to make a part of question of the day, you can send an email to Dave's shop, 2 at gmail.com, and we'll surely include that. Rosto 5378. Hey man, how's it going? How you doing? Wisconsin joined over here. Good morning. Happy Friday, Wisconsin. Ed, thank you. Thank you for all your support. Thanks for setting the bar high for everybody. I appreciate your support on TikTok and YouTube and just day-to-day stuff. Keep setting that bar high, because we all need to be reaching for something to better ourselves and keep ourselves busy. Philip, where are you sending the message? Are you sending the message to my email address? I don't know what message you're sending. Because if it's in the chat, I haven't seen it. No. Yeah, I haven't seen it. So I don't know if you're sending it in the chat or you're sending it to the email address. Either one. If you do have a question of the day and you would like for me to make it a question of the day in one of my videos, send me an email to Dave's shop, 2 at gmail.com. And if I use your question, I'll make sure to mention you in the question. Hi, Uncle. What are you selling? I'm not selling anything. How about that? We don't sell anything on this live. This is like going to the coffee shop, sitting around the round table. Everybody grab a cup of coffee or whatever you drink. Maybe it's orange juice, water, protein drink, a Red Bull. But we just sit around and talk about the day, current events, have a little fun, and just kind of go wherever the conversation goes. What are I can't even pronounce your handle. Sorry. What? But we're not selling anything here, but a good time. Oh, sorry. Charlie says it's Friday at 7:15, and you can tell he's been asleep. He's plumb tuckered. Tell him, say, look up. Tell him, see ya. Hey, everybody, go do something kind today. It's Friday. Enjoy the weekends, first day of spring. So hopefully you're going to have some warm weather where you're at. If so, get out. Do something kind today for somebody. It's a random act, but you never know how your random act of kindness affects people. So if it presents itself, go do that today. And do like Chris says, treat people better than they deserve. I like that. And, Ed's always out there with, go do something excellent today. So I'll leave you with that. All of you have a great, wonderful weekend. Don't forget us. We'll be back here Monday, 6 a.m. In the same spot for Morning Coffee Talk Live with Dave. I'm Dave. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.